Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, today we are going to be taking a look at a bizarre record that I've had in my collection for quite a long time. This is the instrument flight record, and up here you can see that it says a high fidelity long playing recording at 33 1/3 RPM. Jeppesen and Company. So on the back here, some very interesting artwork. As you can see, we've got a cockpit and a little bit about instrument flight. This album was produced with one purpose in mind: to take the very heart of instrument flying and sum it up into one neat package, demonstrating the practical use and simplicity of flying IFR. So this is really interesting. This dates from 1960. This is a local Denver company. In fact, our airport, Denver International Airport, has the Jeppesen terminal to this day. Actually, it's under construction right now. I think they're keeping the name. But on here, this is like a training material for IFR flights. And we'll take a look at the record in a minute. This is super interesting. I would hazard a guess that this is rather rare. I mean, I don't think that this would turn up. I don't think it's worth anything, but I don't think it would turn up everywhere. It comes with a booklet here. There's a Motorola logo. Aero Progress Incorporated presents Instrument Flight. So this is really neat. I guess this would probably be something to aid in people studying for their pilot license, would be my guess. Talking about flash advisories, wind aloft analysis, area forecasts, flight information, etc., etc. Instrument panel of a Cessna 310. Love the Motorola logo there, very cool. And then further, we haven't even got to the record yet. Inside was this booklet as well. And again, I haven't gone through any of this stuff. I mean, I was holding on to it saying, one day we need to do a show about that. Jepco radio navigation charts. Oh, cool. They're like flight charts. That's cool. Look at that. Super, super neat. Definitely not something you see in your average record. Where did I pick this up, you might ask? I just picked it up either at the Free Bin at 2nd and Charles or at a thrift store. I can't remember. I've had it now for probably 3 years. I just haven't done anything with it. Been meaning to get around to it. Look at this. This is so cool. So I guess these are training materials. This book, where's the other one? The book and this little guide here, these charts, were to help you as you went through the program. Now let's take a look at the record itself. The record, again, dates from 1960. It's in surprisingly good condition. Let's take a close look at the label here. It feels like a good quality record, probably 130-gram record. And I don't know what else to say about it other than 1960, another service for safety, product by Jeppesen and Company. I don't know if you saw in that brochure, but there was a bunch of records that they produced. Denver, Colorado, made in the USA, manufactured by RCA, custom record. So this is the same record division that produced like the, what am I trying to say? The Reader's Digest sets. So super good, super high quality records. They do a great job. This one looks like it was hardly ever used. It's dusty. And speaking of which, we do need to give it a once over with the brush here. I always like to take, somebody asked me recently about cleaning. I like to take the felt brush to get the super big stuff off. I usually do it down here, but it's kind of an awkward angle with the camera there. And then I flip it over to the other side. Some of these don't have two sides. This one does. This does a couple of things. It gets down in the grooves really, really deep with these carbon fibers. Gets the rest of the surface stuff off, and then it also demagnetizes the record. That's why they have metal handles. So as long as you're grounded somewhere, you're going to get that effect. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to this. We were listening on the Crosley, what is this thing? The Crosley, I cannot think of what this thing is called. Nomad, Crosley Nomad. Here we go. Audio-Technica magnetic cartridge. I have no idea what this is going to be.
Morning, Weather Bureau.
Hello, Weather. This is Paul Blackman calling. I'm out here in Santa Monica, and I'm
this, I'll read you the latest sequence reports along either route. Bakersfield is reporting 2,200 scattered, 2,500 overcast, 12 miles with a light rain shower. Fresno is 2,500 overcast, visibility 15 miles. Stockton reporting 800 scattered, 1,500 overcast.
Let me move it forward a little bit.
That he has filed an instrument flight plan and indicate his destination. After giving the pilot the proper taxi instructions, the ground controller will call the center to obtain the pilot's ATC clearance. An ATC clearance is an authorization by air traffic control for an aircraft to proceed under specified traffic conditions within a control zone or control area. This clearance is issued by ATC so as to provide adequate separation for the purpose of preventing collision between known aircraft. Upon receipt of the pilot's clearance, ground control...
I love the voiceovers that they used on this kind of stuff back in this era. You know the voice is a product of, 4 packs of cigarettes a day, but the voice, I love it. I love the voice. Quiet passage here. So I'm not sure how this was used. Let's flip it over and check the opposite side. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously it's a training instrument type of deal, but specifically how they used it, I don't know. But it's super cool. It's in stereo. I can hear, left and right speakers. This camera, we're using a mono mic today, so you're not going to get that left to right. But I can tell you, and this one thing about the Nomad is the speakers are literally left and right, so you get great stereo separation. I can hear exactly what's coming on the left channel versus the right. Very low noise. Sounds good. All right, that's good enough for now. And let's listen to this side, which isn't, by the way, labeled side 2. It's labeled RIF2, which is kind of interesting. Let's start from the beginning here. More airplane noise.
The civil air regulations require that position reports be made over all compulsory reporting points, depicted by solid triangles on your charts. These position reports should include the following: the reporting point over which you are reporting, the time you were over the fix, and also the altitude. Included must...
Let's move forward a little bit here. Seems like it's giving you time to check stuff in between these little bits of dialogue. If you guys... If you guys know the history of this specifically, let me know in the comments.
Side, and we're at 6,000 now, over.
Okay, let's move it to the end here. Very interesting. And that's it. Okay, wow. Bizarre. I mean, it looks like literally they're recordings of what you can really expect as a pilot. So maybe it's for practice purposes. Really, really interesting. By the way, the Crosley Nomad, now that I can recall what it's called, is a great little unit. It's a little quiet, so I apologize if the audio wasn't as quiet or you're picking up a lot of background noise. I know the air conditioner was on there at the beginning. I do like it though. It's super portable, and I like the magnetic cartridge. It's got the same mechanism and cartridge and everything as the Collegiate, which is kind of interesting. Also a great unit, featuring that magnetic Audio-Technica 3600L cartridge. For some reason though, this one is super low to the record. Like if you look at the clearance between this gigantic head shell assembly and the record itself, it's super, super close. So I may tweak it a bit and see if I can improve that. But anyway, there you go, guys. Hope you thought that was interesting. Kind of a unique record, I thought anyway. I hope you did too. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, share it out, enjoy it, watch it again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Happy record hunting.